blitz. They back off now. Bridgewater in trouble, throws, getting knocked down, and the rookies caught it. Wow, Diggs came back, made a spinning catch, and a third down hookup of 25. Broncos rush 4. Bridgewater blocked up, fires a seed, and what a catch! And he dropped it, now he picks it up. I think he got it back, and that is Diggs again.
Mike Carey here just as soon as we get this play off. It's 2nd and 10. Play fake. Bridgewater throwing. Wide open on the far side of the field. That's Stefon Diggs. And Stiggs dancing inside the 25 and out of bounds at about the 23. Play in the 4th. 3rd and long. And Bridgewater pulls it down again, and he's going to throw it over the middle, and he's got his man across the 40-yard line. Complete to Stefon Diggs for a first down.
In the second quarter, it begins with a pass to Diggs, who can fly. Stefon Diggs sprinting down the sideline inside the 35 of the Lions. Loco! Wide open is Diggs. He leaps for it in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
Whew, he went by Mathis so fast right here.
One of the better Bear defensive players. Not a bad actor. Bridgewater on target and throws well on the run to Diggs. On the spot, it's 3rd and 4 against Bridgewater, who has time, and open is Diggs, and he can fly. Stefon Diggs spins in toward the end zone. Touchdown.
Rams on the other side. Norris Jenkins, very aggressive corner.
Bridgewater all day to throw. And the catch is made by Stefon Diggs, his first big reception of the day.
Diggs slips a tackle. Stefon Diggs into Raider territory, all the way down to the 41 of Oakland.
Packer defense has come up with 6. Bridgewater throws. He's got a man, Diggs. And the catch is made on the sideline.
Go empty backfield on a 2nd down. Bridgewater's going to loft one towards the end zone. Touchdown, Stefon Diggs. That's number 10 on the year. They did take a shot. But a 3rd down challenge on 3rd and 6. Bridgewater protected, completing. It's Diggs. Inside the 10, Stefon Diggs diving! Touchdown, Minnesota.
He did get the first down, however, for the Vikings. Play action for Sean Hill, and this pass is caught. Terrific catch by Stefon Diggs. An 11-yard gain, and he had a defender on his back.
I would predict that Sam Bradford will be the starting quarterback next week.
Hill going deep for Diggs, and Diggs making the play. Great catch with Jason McCourty.
Him right to Minnesota. Sent a private plane. He was here at 8 o'clock in the morning and practicing later that day.
2nd and 11, and the pass is caught on the outside, and it's Diggs breaking 2 tackles before he is finally run out of bounds, picking up the first down on a 2nd and 11. Diggs with 2 others to the left side. Looks over the middle and throws, and that is caught by Diggs at the 14, first down. Got position on Randall, blitzed by Matthews. Bradford got it away. The 24.
White 20! Hot!
Bradford deep downfield off the play fake. Diggs, and he's able to come up with the ball at the 32-yard line.
Games, and he's starting to do that.
2nd down and 6. And Bradford throws, and it's caught by Diggs. He's off to the races again. Stefon Diggs to the 36 of Green Bay. Chased down by Jake Ryan. What a night for this guy. Micah Hyde, who was shaken up before the commercial, walks off basically unassisted. Bradford on play action, going to the end zone. You got it. Diggs. Who else? Touchdown. A flag is down.
Gio deserves a lot of credit. This is a very well prepared and energetic 1-6 Chicago team tonight. Floyd with the rush didn't get there, and it's a touchdown to Stefon Diggs. So that's 67 straight games in which the Bears have given up a touchdown.
Minnesota in Detroit territory. Bradford split wide to the right. Asiata took the snap. And this is Diggs. Inside the 35 of Vikings first down. Within one score in the fourth quarter. Third down and 8. As Bradford gets rid of it. And the catch is made by Diggs for Vikings first down. Bradford over the top. And Diggs picks up a first down.
The backfield for Bradford at the 32. Another pass to the left side. This one is going to be caught by Diggs. And Diggs will have a first down. Longest play from scrimmage so far for the Minnesota Vikings.
And they know Bradford sees what they see. That's why you have execution.
First down at the 39. Again, good protection, and he gets it out to Diggs. And Diggs with another first down into Redskin territory to about the 40-yard line. At the 33 of the Redskins, still with 3 timeouts remaining for Minnesota. And here's Bradford, and Bradford has Diggs. Diggs makes the catch. They have been unable to stop him, and they down him on the 5-yard line.
But he thought based on coverage he was not going to get a shot. Rhodes flagged it down like a center fielder. Here's Diggs, what a move. Spun around Patrick Peterson. That's a tough penalty. Here's Diggs, first down and more. Stays up and gets pounded, and they're going to throw a flag on that.
Defense B. Second down and 7. And from the 28-yard line, the pass is caught, and then backing his way for maybe a first down is Stefon Diggs. He hasn't scored a touchdown since a kickoff return against Arizona a couple of weeks ago. It's caught to the 21-yard line, Stefon Diggs.
Giants and Cowboys tonight. Second down and 9. As Bradford goes deep, and a diving catch is made by Diggs. Stefon Diggs to the Jaguars' 14-yard line.
With a second down and 10 for Bradford. Here they come from Cole on the side. It's a quick hitter, and it's caught by Diggs, who stays on his feet, and then Morris wrestles him out of bounds.
Extra men on the rush. Pass is caught by Diggs for the touchdown.
Mike Zimmer, Pat Shurmur talked about the need for more explosive plays. They're getting them. Here's a very explosive play. It's a touchdown to Stefon Diggs.
Injuries, he had him in a no-huddle offense, and they're clearly on the same page here. How about this throw?
Oh, a big hit on Diggs, who hangs on, and there is a flag thrown for that hit at the end of the play. With 7 TD catches last year, 83 catches for the year. They throw to Diggs. Is it a catch, and is it in the end zone? Yes, and yes. And he punched the ball into the stands after a Minnesota touchdown. 4-man rush. Bradford, another bomb, and Diggs has the catch. There is a flag down. Was he in bounds? The officials conferring on that subject. Looks like they're going to give him the catch, and they will inside the 30-yard line.
Things this Pittsburgh defense is doing to this Vikings all.
Pump fake, 2nd and 6. Keenum throws, and it's Diggs. What a catch by Stefon Diggs for a Minnesota first down at the Steelers' 26.
So they converted a first down. Now it's 3rd down and 12. And across the middle, it's Diggs to the 30, so they get the first down after all. 5 for 5 on the Buccaneers' opening drive, but stalling and leading to a field goal. Keenum steps up, throws, and is that a catch? It is by Diggs. So they're inside the 20, and they have all those timeouts. Looking to the end zone for Diggs. He went up and got it, and a touchdown for Stefon Diggs.
Peter.
Letting the whistle, thank you very much. Keenum escapes trouble, throws on the run, and there's Diggs. And that is a first down inside the 30-yard line. Keenum hit as he throws, and it's caught by the aforementioned Stefon Diggs.
On first down, the fake. Here's Keenum, back to pass, letting it fly. Diggs is open. He's got it. Stefon Diggs diving for the end zone. And he's down just shy. They're going to mark him down inside the 2.
Blitz. Screen for Diggs. Blocking. Big play. Down inside the 30. Quinn there to slow him up. But a huge play to Stefon Diggs of 37 yards on 2nd and 14.
And on first down, they'll fake the run. Going to toss it near side, get it out to Diggs. Stefon Diggs makes a move, has a first down, and a big pickup of 13 on the first play of the game.
On first down. Caught by Diggs. Able to get away from the defender. And cuts upfield to about the 48. Got away from Bradbury, who made the play on the ball.
Shotgun for Keenum. Keenum throws. End zone. It's caught by Diggs. Touchdown, Vikings.
Second down and 7 at the 33-yard line. Keenum tosses it over the middle. That'll be a first down. Stefon Diggs spinning all the way out to the 50-yard line. First down at midfield. Second and goal. Off play action. Keenum to the back of the end zone. Diggs comes down with it. Touchdown. Controlled it. Both feet in. Beats Hawkins. And they go 68 yards in 5 plays. Temperature right now is 7. Keenum starts this drive, throwing to the outside, and it is Diggs with a flag down. Diggs starts to take off again, but he was down there, a flag down at the 31-yard line.
On first down, Keenum to throw as a man wide open. It's Diggs. Breaks the tackle. Stefon Diggs inside the 20, down to the 14. 6 seconds. Keenum calmly. Oh, they're going to throw it. They're going to throw a play here. Get a couple yards. What a job with 1 second. Unbelievable.
But you saw the raw numbers there and what they've done for this Vikings team.
2nd and 9. Keenum fires end zone. Touchdown. Diggs.
Third down and 7. Keenum slips up, throws, finds Diggs, first down, and more. Out near the 40. Looks like they may be coming here. Third down and 8. Keenum all day. Throws back across the middle of the field, and it's Diggs for a first down. With him in the protection. One-on-one there. The pass is caught by Diggs. First down and more. Big play on third down. Keenum's going to try to work the ball on the boundary. Keenum steps into it. Pass is caught. Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable! Vikings win it! First round pick a year ago. Keenum throws. He's got Diggs again. A couple of first down completions to Stefon Diggs. This one for 8.
Cousins has time going far sideline. Cousins firing end zone. Devon House, number 31, bottom of your screen, has played a lot for him. Here's Cousins. Gonna let it fly. Gonna let it go deep for Diggs. He's got it! Stefon Diggs! Touchdown! A bomb from Cousins to Diggs. Cousins gonna throw it, fade to the end zone to Diggs. We are tied.
Here's Diggs. Good blocking out in front. Beautiful play, and Diggs into Ram territory. Treadwell back out there on third down. Here's Diggs, and on the deflection, what a catch.
Back play on display right now between these two guys, and it's been fun to watch.
Here's one gun to the outside for Diggs. Makes a man miss. Still going. Great effort by
in that secondary at the safety position this afternoon.
They fake it to Murray, and backpedaling, Cousins hits Stefon Diggs. Cousins has found 6 different receivers. He's found Stefon Diggs a lot. What a good couple of moves for a first down. That was brilliant.
It was tremendous, and we had the pleasure of being there to call it.
Most thrilling moment I've seen since '94 in a Fox NFL booth. Here's a handoff. Isaac Bruce coming into the day. He's already over 100. Here's one down the seam, and that's Diggs to the 2. Second down and 7. Cousins play action, wide open. Diggs, what a catch!
2nd and 5. The play fake. Cousins rolls, looking downfield, and finds a man on the sideline. It's Stefon Diggs.
5 wide here on 2nd and 7. Cousins under pressure, throwing, and somehow that is caught by Stefon Diggs at the 1-yard line. Rudolph comes into the slot. Cousins looking, throwing, and that will be Stefon Diggs, touchdown. Spectacular. Start the second quarter with a 2nd down and 9, and a quick toss to Diggs, and Diggs cuts to the inside, picks up a first down. 3rd and 6, halfway mark of the 3rd quarter. Cousins checks off over the middle, first down. It's Stefon Diggs up at the 42-yard line. 4-man rush. Cousins under pressure, and that's caught. It's caught by Diggs, and he's got some blocking inside the 40, all the way down to the 31-yard line. Biggest play of the night for the 4-man rush. Pass caught at the 11-yard line. And a lot of time here, down to 52 seconds. Fires, and that will be caught by Diggs for the touchdown. So you've got 48 seconds. Nice looking drive for the Vikings here. Down by 7. Good protection again. Cousins fires wide open. Touchdown. Stefon Diggs. So from the 31, now it's 2nd down and 10 for the Vikings. Diggs running for a first down. Stefon Diggs to the 17-yard line. From the 38-yard line, Cousins is going to throw it, and it's caught, and that's a first down. Diggs, and that should take us to the finish line. I tell you, that's a risky play in that situation.
E começou a entender o jogo de ataque dos Patriots. Cousins solta o braço, encontra o alvo no meio do campo. Grande passe pro Stefon Diggs.
This is the reason he's here in case Keenum is not.
Gonna go downtown, and able to come up with it is Diggs. Airborne and gets it.
Not as much movement, not taking a conservative approach. They'll take their shots. Cousins, here's a shot for a touchdown. Stefon Diggs.
The Vikings make it look easy on the opening drive of the day.
How disruptive he can be. They give protection his way.
2nd and 5, backpedaling. What a catch by Diggs. But that exchange cost Minnesota a timeout. Cousins throws as he backpedals for the touchdown to Diggs.
You know, I think Julio Jones not going full practice all the time, it's had a little effect on the timing of the routes between Ryan and Jones.
Stefon Diggs, boy, did he adjust to that ball in the air. Makes a reception, and a penalty flag comes in late. Going deep for Diggs. In the air. Diggs has him! It's a Viking touchdown! His first catch of the game.
You got one-on-one on Cooks. You got one-on-one outside with Diggs.
And they go deep. They go deep, and Diggs has it. What a call. Gets it out quickly. Diggs cuts to the middle. And he tumbles all the way to the Bears' 47. One of their bigger plays of the day. 2nd down and 5. Stefon Diggs, nice move on Jones, and still going. Has a first down and more to the Eagles' 33-yard line. In a game all season. Cousins, first down, going deep for Diggs. He makes the catch. Stefon Diggs, touchdown. 62 yards. Play action. Cousins. Diggs. He's got it. Touchdown. 51 yards.
And it looks like he's getting away with it.
Now Thielen flips it back to Diggs. Diggs looking to throw. Hangs on to it. Still going. Finally tripped up. Takes it all the way down to the Eagles' 30-yard line. Play action. Cousins to the end zone. It is Diggs. His 3rd touchdown today.
There's the matchup. Diggs on Slade with the safety over the top.
Let's see if Cousins goes that direction. He does. And he brings it in. Was he inbounds? They say yes. A spectacular grab by Diggs. He'll keep it. There is the play action and a deep shot for Diggs. And he got it. Diggs inside the 20. And finally draped down at the 5-yard line. You called it. Set up the play action.
The 3rd-round pick from Boise State is back there on 2nd and 2. Wide open is Diggs. Foot race down inside the 25. And he takes a seat at the 23. 3rd down and 9 here. See if Washington's defense can make another stop. Diggs down the sideline. What a throw and catch. And a flag is thrown after the hit. 10 carries, 39 yards. And a touchdown. 3rd down and 6. Pass is caught. There's Diggs again.
Fake to him here. They flip it to Diggs. Has some room. Stefon Diggs with a first down inside the 30. So they haven't been able to get it to him passing the ball. They decided to get it to him on the run, and it works for a gain of 11.
Cousins deep down the right sideline and underthrown, and coming back to Stefon Diggs, and they're going to say no. Ball hit the ground.
Broncos having trouble getting guys off and on the field. 1st and 10 Vikings. Going down. He's got him. He's got Diggs down inside the 10. One of 2 unbeaten teams along with New England. 3rd and 2. Time for Cousins. Going deep. He's got Diggs. That's a touchdown. What a play. Diggs got it 54 yards.
jet motion. Here's Diggs on 3rd and 1, and he goes between defenders and then turns it on inside the 10 to the outside, and it's going to be 1st and goal, Minnesota. What a start for the Vikings. Let's see if they can execute that. Amir Abdul is the back flanking him. There it is to Diggs. There's the catch, and they do it. That was well done by Kirk Cousins.
Vikings are running the football 12% more than they did this time a year ago. And here is Cousins. That's a dart. Was that a reception made by Diggs? Oh my goodness, what a throw and what a catch. Down, great protection, looking for the home run ball down the sideline, and Diggs got it inside the 5.
Cousins running out of time over the middle and hit his man across the 40-yard line. Forward progress will be moved at 45. That is Stefon Diggs for a 1st down.
You don't want to go down and get some points and leave time for the Chargers to get the ball back.
That sideline pass is caught by Diggs. And let's see if they rule it a catch. They do.
He's just got a steady presence, and that's nice to have as your play caller.
Cousins on the move, looking deep. And wide open is Diggs at the 10.
Cousins going to loft it to the end zone. And Diggs, touchdown Vikings. No doubt. 3rd and 18. Cousins wide open and gets it complete to Diggs.
Cousins keeps. Throws. Pass is caught. What a throw and maybe a better catch. And there is Diggs with his 1st of the game for 9 yards and a 1st down. Here's Diggs getting it from Dalvin Cook. Nice spin. And out across the 30 near the 32 as Shai Tuttle downfield made the stop after a gain of 6.
Going out here. Cousins going deep downfield and adjusting and making the grab is Stefon Diggs for the touchdown. Over Witherspoon for 41 yards. So Witherspoon, as you say, Chris, the man in the spotlight very much so, and that time he's able to try to.
So now only 2 healthy running backs on the roster for the Jets, Gore and Adams. Allen throws on the run and a sliding grab by Diggs. 1st down for Buffalo. Looking for more here. Taking a shot for Diggs. He tracks it down. Takes a shot, but a big play as Bless Austin makes the tackle.
At least on paper this year, looking to be pretty solid. Big Benogany getting a chance. Play action from Allen over the middle. It's caught. Big play for Buffalo. That is Diggs. And they gash that Dolphins secondary, a pickup of 26.
Diggs to the left, one-on-one with the rookie, Igbenogany.
Allen play action, faking the handoff over the middle. Dangerous pass, it's caught. Allen threading the needle to Diggs. Marvelous catch in traffic. You see the last 3 possessions all ending in punts for the Bills. They begin this drive with play action on 1st down. Allen taking a shot, wide open is Diggs. Deep inside Miami territory. Perfectly thrown pass as they burn him for 47. Play action from Allen's going to throw on the run. And a touch again. And once again, he's on the money. Diggs. Stefon Diggs bringing this Miami defense to its knees.
Ramsay, Jalen Ramsay lined up against him. Josh Allen going that way, and he has Diggs. Buffalo gets the touchdown finally with Stefon Diggs.
They haven't been able to pressure, so they're taking the extra man and putting him in coverage.
Allen protected well. Here they come. Allen barely gets it out. Incredible play. Stefon Diggs with a leaping catch. And Josh Allen with a magic trick. Had to wonder about his conditioning, but boy, what a Bills debut. As he jars the football loose, gets it back to Josh Allen. They'll try to build on a 7-point lead. Allen taking a shot. Up in the air, it is caught. Allen dropping a dime. And Diggs with a stroke of genius.
He sees that they were in man coverage. He checked it. That's why they split Diggs out wide and got the look they wanted.
Now 1st and goal, Allen keeps. And throws. It is caught for the touchdown. Stefon Diggs able somehow to keep his feet in bounds.
A little bit of a different tack. Okay, a little different. Allen out of the pocket, throwing on the move. Trying to find his man, and does. It's Diggs. Accurate throw.
To find extra yardage.
I'm sure I've said this in a while about Bill Belichick, too. Poor tackling from the pass. Allen, catch and run. And it's Diggs. Still going inside the 5. They have a chance to move to 8-2 on the season. 2nd and 1 for the Bills. They handle the rush. Allen looking. End zone. Touchdown. Stefon Diggs with the grab.
Play fake to Singletary. Here's Allen. Got the backside pressure. Got it away. And the throw. And they're going to give him the catch. Stefon Diggs got it. Gain of 12 for the Bills.
Buffalo just 1 of 5 on 3rd down conversions tonight. And Diggs hangs on, picks up this one. Good run after the catch. And Stefon Diggs into the secondary. Allen comes to track him down. But it's a 1st down for Buffalo, their best play of the night.
He doesn't always bring pressure, so he's almost the opposite of way of a lot of defensive coordinators play it.
38, pressure picked up. Allen's pass, Diggs with the hands. Secures a terrific catch. 1st down to the 31-yard line. Will Allen beat them deep or a screen pass or something? Get Pittsburgh's pressure. Here's Allen throwing, man down. Diggs got it inside the 10. Diggs to the goal line and in for the Buffalo touchdown. Stefon Diggs, the man on that drive, a 19-yard score.
Start this series from their own 32-yard line. Josh Allen taking a deep shot. The separation from Diggs, and he's got it! Beating Devontae Bosby for a big gainer.
Off the play action. Allen hit as he throws, able to complete. It's Diggs, and taillights time. Diggs is looking back, touchdown, and he stumbles into the end zone. It's a 50-yard pass play from Josh Allen for the Buffalo Bills. At the New England 18 on 1st down and 10. Continue to throw, continue to complete. It's Diggs, stays on his feet into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
When a wide receiver runs a slant like that against single safety high coverage, so hard to play fast that sometimes you make mental errors, and obviously New England made one there.
Beasley hasn't been much of a factor yet tonight. Here's Allen. Being chased and throwing.
Oh,
and it is caught. That's Stefon Diggs. The sliding grab for the touchdown. His 3rd touchdown catch of the night.
Hang in there a little longer and deliver strikes downfield.
New set of downs for Buffalo. Allen lets it fly. Extending. Stefon Diggs hauls it in for the Bills. 1st down for Buffalo. They've got a 14-10 lead on Indianapolis, early 3rd. Allen has got a cannon, and it's caught at the 31 by Diggs. Fake it. Allen. Deep shot. Touchdown! On the line to Stefon Diggs. What a connection. Allen and Diggs have been doing it all season.
I know this, though. If they win this ball game, he may sleep at the training room all week trying to get ready for the next one.
6 catches, 41 yards for Beasley. Oh, there's room. Stefon Diggs chugging to the sideline. Allen, oh, pretty fake by Allen. Trying to set up his receiver downfield and does. Stefon Diggs, a rope from Allen. An elusive play.
3rd down and 3. With 2 minutes to the half. And that pass is caught for a 1st down, and Diggs is able to break away from a tackle, and Diggs out to the 45-yard line for a big gain. Substitution wise, quick throw here to the outside, and in for the touchdown goes Stefon Diggs. Great drive with
Trade with Buffalo. You guys love it. Perfect. And he has loved it.
Fires over the middle, and there's Diggs again, making the grab close to a 1st down.
Can't help but like this kid. Just like Mahomes. A couple of really good people who love the game, work hard.
Chris Jones unable to take him down. Allen still running for his life. Across the body. And a catch is made, and a flag is down.
You'd totally be in this thing.
Clark coming off the edge, down the middle they go, turn around, what a catch. Blowing it down is Diggs.
Yeah, and so they still haven't played their best football. They still have a ways to go here.
And Allen off the play fake. How about this up 28-0, taking a shot, and Diggs climbs the ladder. Well, that's how you become the best receiver in the National Football League, like he was last year.
7-0 Buffalo on top of Houston. Josh Allen, a 25-yard touchdown to Dawson Knox. And Allen, under duress, eludes the rush, slings it deep downfield, and it's caught inside the 20 by Stefon Diggs.
Dawson Knox having himself a day. But Emmanuel Sanders, that X-Factor wide receiver, he's really showing why they picked him up. And here it is, right on time.
Wow.
Diggs coming up with a big-time play.
Just watch what Josh Allen can do in so many different ways if Houston brings the blitz like they're bringing right now.
Touch.
Look at that touch. Look at that.
What, Bill? I think they came with a full-out blitz, and that's the one thing if you go against.
3 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Now they back off, and Allen hangs in the pocket. Deep downfield, getting free is Diggs. And he'll get wrestled down to the 10 by Daniel Sorensen.
2 back surgeries and now another knee injury, looks like, in this game.
Chris Jackson in there for Farley, the throw and the catch, touchdown! Stefon Diggs, good for 14 in the score.
Play number 9 on the drive. Allen over the middle to Diggs. Touchdown! And Diggs punts it into the stands. A 19-yard score. And the Bills go up 16-3. Can the Bills find some type of rhythm on offense? They haven't gone to this guy in a while. Stefon Diggs with a nice move. That's just his 3rd catch today, and he gives Buffalo a 1st down. A tackle for a loss and his 1st career interception. Allen steps up, throws on the run, and hits Diggs. 1st down, Buffalo into Jacksonville territory.
He marks him back to the 20-yard line.
Double
Allen
move.
fakes the handoff. The pass is caught. Wide open is Diggs. Diggs with the stiff arm at the end of the play.
He's down at the bottom. You can go right back to him.
Single coverage. Allen does exactly that to the end zone. Diggs has it. Touchdown. Allen faking the give to Singletary. Up the side, up the seam. Diggs going to build on his monster day.
Moss in the backfield. Allen to the air. Caught for the touchdown. Stefon Diggs. And he beat Rock Yassin. 6-yard strike by quarterback Josh Allen. Running back is Moss. 3rd and goal at the 9. Here goes Allen on the move and throws, and it was caught on the play by Diggs. 9-yard touchdown pass to Stefon Diggs. 5th of the year.
Beasley in motion. Allen looking at Diggs, going to Diggs. Diggs got it. Buffalo touchdown. Stefon Diggs.
Hey, that's a 72-yard punt for Bailey officially. That'll be a career high for him, but it nets out at just a 52-yard punt. They'll take down the sideline. Allen and Diggs. It's a catch.
Davis, as it's a 1st and 15 for the Bills. Pass complete. What a catch. Down to the 30 goes Diggs. Protected better than ever today. Pass sideline. Caught by Diggs, and he was inbounds.
First down. This is incredible. He doesn't even get to throw into this.
2nd down and 7. Pass is caught. Reaching across for the touchdown, Stefon Diggs.
Fourth and 2, they like to press it and go for it. Now I think they actually run the play.
Allen, 4th down. Sidearm, catch made, Stefon Diggs. 1st down to the 10-yard line.
Showing pressure here. They've shown it last couple of times.
Allen delivers, touchdown, Stefon Diggs. And that incomplete pass just stopped the clock at 3:32. Allen, step it up, shovels ahead, catch made, Stefon Diggs, spin move, avoids, still going. Diggs has got a 1st down inside the 10.
4-man rush. Allen has to elude that rush, throws on the run, and he fits it in to Stefon Diggs for the 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Running. Off the play fake, Allen to the sideline. Diggs, a little dance on the sideline, and Diggs to the middle of the field and down near midfield.
Good matchup for him.
3rd down and 9. Allen off play action. On the roll, throws it short, coming back to get it. It's Diggs, and he makes the catch. Out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 19-yard line for the 1st down.
To the air, Allen stiff-arming his way from one defender. Throws in there, grabbed by Diggs. Was he in? No, on the chalk, incomplete.
The Bills with 3 straight touchdown drives. Trying to make it 4. Allen, deep shot. Over the shoulder grab. Stefon Diggs against J.C. Jackson.
Allen could try to make it a 3-point lead. Circling around at the 18. Now looks. Flings it back in the end zone. There's Diggs. Caught it for the 2.
Rams bringing heat. Allen back shoulder throw. Beautiful catch. Stefon Diggs again. Stefon Diggs working on Jalen Ramsay. That's really good on really good. Diggs wins. 3rd and 4. Allen stepping up and now floating it downfield, and Diggs is behind the secondary. Stumbles, but brings it in. Buffalo touchdown.
Fourth down and 1. Fake to Moss. Allen wants to throw across his body. It's caught. Stefon Diggs for the touchdown. The easiest touchdown catch he'll ever make.
I told you, Steve, I think he's an important part of their offense. They're all the different ways that they use him.
The Swiss Army knife deal. Here's Allen on 2nd and 10. Stepping up into the logo and throwing. He's got Diggs wide open. It's caught. Touchdown. 46-yard strike. Josh Allen to Stefon Diggs. Coming up on 5.5 to go third quarter. Pressure for the Titans. Allen throws right into the teeth of it to Diggs. Another touchdown for Buffalo. Third of the night. Allen to Diggs.
Defensive backs, and they're back there for Allen on 1st and 10. A block by Knox, and downfield a catch made by Diggs. He was working on Howard. The ball free. They say he was down 47 of Miami.
Und gibt vor allem ihrem Quarterback den Ball zurück, denn man zwang. Schöner Catch von Stefon Diggs. Nochmal, es regnet, der Ball ist leicht nass und dann so ein Catch.
You're over it. From the 15 to the end zone.
That's a touchdown to Diggs.
Wow. Just too good. They're just so explosive. I mean, you can't just punt 7 times in your first 4 games and then come out here and look like this in the wind where things should be difficult.
They're warming up Case Keenum on the sideline, but Josh Allen's still out there as he completes it to Diggs. Look at Diggs cut it upfield and high step it twice. And that's going to be enough to put Josh Allen over 400 yards passing for the game. Allen, open, Diggs gets out of bounds. What a catch and an effort. Balancing act. 2nd and 5 from the 17. Allen's hit his last 8 passes. Looking for Diggs in the end zone. That's a touchdown for Buffalo. He beat the rookie, Joshua Williams, who starts today with Rashad Fenton out. And Allen was able to exploit that for a 17-yard score.
Great Marv Levy teams with Jim Kelly and Bruce Smith and all the guys here. Second quarter begins, 2nd and 1. Allen shot to the end zone. Touchdown! Brought in by Stefon Diggs. Kansas City take on a division leader in Tennessee. Big weekend next weekend on NBC. From the 20, Allen, let's go. Downfield for Diggs. He's got it. Diggs to the 25-yard line. One snap, 55 yards. No timeouts for the Bills.
Singletary, single setback, fake it. Allen looking to throw. He's got time. Uncorks. Deep shot. It's caught. Right out of the gate. He hooks up with Stefon Diggs.
Vikings showing pressure here. They rush just 4. Allen again rolls. On the move. Lets it fly. Oh, Diggs! Oh, what a catch! Stefon Diggs, one hand. First down, Buffalo.
Allen fires to the end zone. Wide open touchdown. And there he is. Stefon Diggs. His 8th touchdown of the season.
2nd and goal. Does the Detroit defense know it? Oh, he's going to go top.
Oh!
It's caught for the touchdown.
Unbelievable.
It's Diggs.
Wait till you see this route. This with so much patience.
Steps into it, down the middle. He's open. Oh, my goodness. How did he get that open?
Oh.
Diggs, the pass was perfect, and they're already in range for Bat.
Knox in the backfield as well, the tight end. Play action. Fires. Caught. Diggs for the score. We were talking during the break about how Diggs looked like he was getting a little frustrated, and sure enough, takes all of 4 seconds to get him into the end zone. Been indestructible. 3rd down and 3 here. Dancing, surveying, and it's hauled in by Diggs. What a catch.
Diggs has 1 catch, Tony, for 4 yards.
That's not okay.
2nd and 10. There he is. Right on cue. Past the 40, the 50. And out racing some defenders like Whitehead. And that's going to be the longest play of the game so far.
Extra offensive lineman out there right now. Bobby Hart eligible at the bottom of the screen. Play action. Allen will throw, and making the catch on his backside is Stefon Diggs.
Diggs has been fairly quiet since early in this game. Not a catch in this half. But they're looking for him now! And there it is! Bingo!
All those guys up in there, got to get it out.
3rd and 15. Got it away just in time. Is it there? Yes, it is! Down to the 2-yard line. Once again, Stefon Diggs goes deep. This for 54 yards.
Allen fires, and he finds Stefon Diggs for the first down.
At the line of scrimmage, but I bet they drop out.
They need the 47 of the Raiders on 3rd down and 8. Good time. Allen. And got him. Caught by Diggs. Right in front of Jacorian Bennett, a rookie out of Maryland. 5 in the secondary. It's 1st and 10. Diggs. There he goes. Dancing his way. Teamer got him.
3rd down and 8. Allen. Chased by Sweat, throws on the run, looking deep for Diggs, and he's got him! Emmanuel Forbes makes the tackle, but what a play by Allen to buy time and find his favorite target, a 30-yard gain.
Remember, folks, always re-report. 2nd and goal from the 11. Rolling, looking, throwing on the run. Caught at the goal line, it's Diggs with a touchdown. His 2nd touchdown catch of the season.
Something fun to watch every week.
2nd and 6. Josh looking down the sideline. It's Diggs with another flag out. He is able to get away from those 2 tacklers, and no one's going to touch him the rest of the way. Touchdown, Buffalo.
We talked about Kohu having to go against Diggs, and they're going to take advantage. If you're going to play him one-on-one, this is going to be maybe the deciding factor. Who's the penalty on, though?
Illegal contact, defense, number 4. That penalty declined. Touchdown.
1st and 10 from the 13. To the end zone. It's a touchdown catch. Stefon Diggs for the 3rd time today. He beat Kohu again.
Allen with a play fake from his end zone. There's Diggs. Sliding grab. That's a 1st down play. 2nd target of the day for Diggs. 3 for 3 on 3rd down. And then now, a touchdown. Stefon Diggs. .com. 1st and 10 from the 10. A play fake from Josh Allen. Who's open? That would be Stefon Diggs who's open. Diggs and the Bills in Jacksonville territory.
Giants have given up at least 24 points in every game so far. 524 yards to Miami last week. Allen throws. Diggs catches to the 36-yard line. Gain of 19 and a 1st down. Allen to Diggs. Murray is the back. Fake to him. And Allen throws it for Diggs. Got it. Gain of 29 with a flag down.
Allen pulls the trigger. Sliding catch made inside the 10 by Diggs. Oh, how did he get out of it? Touchdown, Buffalo! A magician!
Buffalo running its 51st play of the night, and turning around is Diggs along the sideline.
Here's 66 for the season. Good edge plug by Khalil Shakir. And there goes Diggs through the secondary. Stefon Diggs running with purpose all the way to the 36-yard line. Seems like some games, like, you know what? We'll worry about the run game tomorrow. We're just going to throw it. It's the only way we're going to get it. There it is. Perfect throw. Diggs. That takes a cannon of an arm, and Allen has one. 3rd and 1. And Allen flips to the end zone for the touchdown. Stefon Diggs, and the Bills stay alive. So on 3rd and 1, Diggs beats the Michigan rookie DJ Turner, and it's an 8-point game.
Double teaming Diggs.
Allen's got Murray out there, doesn't choose him. Goes to the back of the end zone. Diggs, second foot down, and the 2-point conversion. 24-18.
Quarterback's legs again. 4 guys on one side, Jim. 4. Bring it back. No one goes in motion. It's zone. Work somebody out over here.
3rd and 6. Pass at the goal line. Caught for a touchdown. Diggs has it.
They've thrown a 2-yard pass, a 4-yard pass on this drive.
That completion, by the way, put Josh Allen over 300.
Great call.
To Diggs. Blocker ahead. It was Davis. Diggs slices up the middle to the 12-yard line.
Allen on the fake. Has time. Looking deep. Fires. Diggs in stride, and he's got it out near the 20. And he beats Stefon Gilmore on the route. Like the Bills are. 3rd and 9. Blitz coming. Allen sees it. Steps away. Says go over there to... Oh, Diggs! Are you serious? One-hander and a first down.
Cook and Fournette in the game together again. Slant inside. Diggs grabs it. 2nd and 7. Miami bringing the pressure again. Allen fadeaway fling. Diggs down there. And Stefon Diggs brings it in inside the 10-yard line.
Allen hits Diggs. He got away for a moment. Got away from Bolton.
Stroud on the slant. He's got Diggs, who's got a touchdown. Stefon Diggs, his first touchdown as a member of the Houston Texans.
And if they don't make it here, they got to go 98 yards to get in the end zone.
4th and goal. Stroud throws. Caught. Touchdown. Stefon Diggs, his 2nd of the game. And Ryans rolls the dice, and it pays off.
Ogunbowale is the back. 3rd and 10. Stroud with touch. To Diggs. Toe tap. Inbounds and a catch for Stefon Diggs. There's that first target. And a pick up at 21.
Nico Collins has had nothing so far. Quick out, trick play. Diggs will throw it back to the other side. Catch is made. Ogunbowale rumbles for the first down.
A handoff to Diggs. He threw one last week. Now he's going to run it to the 5. Diggs, touchdown! Stefon Diggs! Not sure where that injury came from, but something to keep an eye on for sure. As Stroud goes back to work, was looking deep, now on the move, throws on the run. He's got a completion to Diggs. Stefon Diggs was able to break free.
Some love to Ogunbowale. Splitting defenders like that. It's a technique.
Stroud to Diggs. He's got room to run, and Stefon Diggs inside the 15.
We got to get a stop right here and come back and get a score.
Coach, thank you.
Thanks.
And that's the objective right now. That is not going to help matters for Buffalo. Stefon Diggs secures it, and then extra yards after the catch. 18 total. Nickel package for Buffalo. Here they come, trying to rush. They handle it. Stroud unloads. Sliding attempt. It's a clean catch.
2nd down and goal. Stover in motion to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Stefon Diggs got it right down the middle. 3rd touchdown pass for C.J. Stroud today.
Touchdown reception.
Stroud 1st and 10. Down the middle he goes. Caught on the dive. Picked up by Diggs.
Looks like a clean catch.
They got the play off in time. They hustle to the line. Diggs is wide open. Diggs cuts back at the 30. Diggs at the 20. And wrapped up there. Quick strike Texans offense. That one for 49.